Hi, this is Rogers Redding, National Coordinator of Football Officials, and I want to welcome you to the fourth in our series of game video reviews. We're 4 weeks into the season now, and everybody's doing a really good job. I'm very pleased at what I see from the officiating. Teams are getting now into more conference game play, so that means the intensity level is going to be ramped up. So we need to maintain our concentration, have good data ball officiating, good clear announcement by the referees, and we'll have a great season. Okay, let's get to the plays. Notice the reading on the game clock on this play and the fact that the game clock is running. This means that this play qualifies for a 10-second runoff because we have a false start, and that's a foul that causes the clock to stop immediately. Now, the option for the runoff lies with the defensive team. If they elect to take the runoff, then the option for the offensive team is to decide whether or not to eliminate the runoff by calling a team timeout. So I'm not sure what all this back and forth to the two sidelines is all about. There's not any need for an extended conversation. The defensive team decides yes or no on the runoff. If their answer is no, they don't want the runoff, then there's no need to talk to the offensive team. If the defense decides to take the runoff, then it's a yes or no decision for the offensive team as to whether or not to call a team timeout. Here the referee announces that the runoff will apply because the offensive team does not wish to call a timeout. It would also help for the referee to announce that the game clock will start on his signal. That way everybody has a clear picture of exactly what's going to happen.
For 10-second runoff. Notre Dame will not call a timeout, so the 10-second runoff will apply. Second down. First down.
Nice job to get this block in the back on this kickoff return. You'll see this on the replay, and you can also see it on the live feed. You can see that number 5 just pushes in the back against the defender right at the point of attack and frees the ball carrier up to carry the ball on into the end zone. So good job to get this. We know that in this chase mode is when we're more likely to get these blocks in the back, so good job to be alert to this foul.
Illegal block in the back. Number 5 returns the 10-yard penalty. First down.
On this play, we have a couple of fouls, one by each team. We have defensive pass interference. This is a good call. It's obviously an intent to impede the receiver from getting to the ball. And then the player that's interfered with gets up and taunts the player who committed the defensive pass interference foul, and that's unsportsmanlike conduct, correctly called so. Now, the referee announces that there are fouls by both teams. This is correct. But what he doesn't do is to make it clear that both penalties will be enforced, because without clarification, one might suppose that teams are going to offset. And so what he should have done is to announce the pass interference foul and then give the dead ball foul signal and announce that after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct by number 9. Now, this referee does a very good job with his announcements, but in this case, it would have helped to clarify things to make sure everyone knows that both penalties would be enforced.
This was the one that came up with contact.
One against each team. Pass interference, defense, number 5. That ball's at the spot of the foul. That includes an automatic first down. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 9. That's his first of the ball game. That 15-yard penalty is enforced. Michigan's football, first down and 10.
We get a good call for holding on this running play. Watch the left guard. He's going to pull and move toward the right, and right at the point of attack, he grabs and hooks and takes to the ground the defensive player. So this is a good call for holding. It's really good to be alert to this. This is not a classic holding in the offensive line where the man is holding the defender right in front of him. This is on a pulling guard play, and so good job to be alert to get this.
Holding, offense, number 73, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
We get good alert to get this ineligible receiver downfield. Watch the right tackle. You're going to see that he's about 4, maybe even 5 yards downfield when the pass is released. Now, the snapper is pretty far down, but certainly the right tackle is down, and so this is a good call. This is a good announcement by the referee. He takes his time to very clearly describe what the foul is and what the number of the player is. Well done.
Ineligible receiver downfield, offense number 77, 5-yard penalty.
Good job to get this dead ball personal foul. This offensive player, number 74, comes in and throws a block well after the play is over, so good job to be alert to this. I probably sound like a broken record sometimes to emphasize good dead ball officiating, but it's really important to understand that just because the ball is dead doesn't mean the play is over. So take some time to look around the pile and watch for these late hits. Good job of the crew to get this one.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 74 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot. It will be second down.
Good job to get this dead ball personal foul. You'll see that the defensive team has got the ball carrier stood up and the whistle is blown, and then this player just gives an extra shove and slams him to the ground. So good job to be alert to this. As we always say, good dead ball officiating is the key to having a great game. The referee does a good job with his announcement to describe why the foul was called. So overall, good work to get this dead ball personal foul.
No shortage of bad blood at times.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 42, throwing down the runner. 50-yard penalty
So
and
it's a
an
body
automatic
slam.
first down.
We have pass interference in the end zone on this long pass play, and this is good work to get this. This is obviously an intent to impede the receiver from getting to the ball, and that's the definition of pass interference. So good job to get this, and good announcement by the referee.
It's interference, number 15, defense, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic. First down.
We have a hands to the face foul here by the offensive team, and the crew does a good job to recognize this. You can see on this play why this is a 15-yard penalty, because it's dangerous for the player to get his head pulled back like that. So good job to get this. Good announcement by our referee.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 73 on the offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
Here we have action against a pass receiver, which is ruled defensive holding rather than pass interference. Now, sometimes the question arises as to which one you should call. In this case, it's clear that the action by the defensive player is preventing the receiver from getting to the ball, so we should have defensive pass interference rather than defensive holding. It can make a difference in penalty enforcement, of course, because out in the field, defensive holding is 10 yards, pass interference is 15. They both carry an automatic first down. When we get close to the goal line, it can make a big difference because defensive holding would be half the distance of the goal, whereas defensive pass interference will either be a spot foul or the full 15 yards or the ball placed at the 2-yard line.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding defense, number 18. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
We missed a dead ball foul on this play. You can see that the ball carrier is driven out of bounds, and then he is forcibly taken to the ground after that. Now, these players could have easily let up. There's no reason for this extra action, and we should have had a flag on the ground. So let's be sure to get these dead ball fouls. Don't give up officiating just because the play is out of bounds or the play is over. I know they're trying to clean up the sideline and make sure the players don't get involved otherwise, but we got to get these dead ball fouls. Good call on this face mask foul. Remember that the rule requires that the face mask be grasped and then twisted, turned, or pulled, and that's exactly what happens here. Also good to recognize that this penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. So good job to get this, and good job with the announcement of the penalty enforcement.
Brian's good.
There's the face mask right there.
Foul, face mask, defense number 14. That will be enforced on the kickoff.
We have an unusual set of circumstances on this punt. We have an illegal formation foul against the kicking team, and then we have a foul against the receiving team. The player who signals for a fair catch is not allowed to block, and that happens on this play. It's a fairly rare foul, so good alert by the crew to get this. Also, I want to commend the crew for the way they handled the penalty enforcement. Because this foul by the receiving team is subject to post-scrimmage kick enforcement, these fouls do not automatically offset. This foul by the receiving team, which is subject to post-scrimmage kick enforcement, is an exception to the offsetting fouls in Rule 10.1.4. And what you can see is the crew is checking with the coach of the receiving team. It's his option to decide whether to have the fouls offset and replay the down, or to keep the football in exchange for having the penalty against his team being enforced. Now, clearly in this case, that would be a huge yardage disadvantage to the receiving team, and I'm sure the crew is explaining that to the head coach. So very good job by the crew to get this. Again, these fouls did not automatically offset. The option lies with the receiving team because of the post-scrimmage kick foul. So the crew does a good job of handling this very, very well.
Two fouls, one on each team. Illegal formation on the kicking team. Personal foul, illegal block made by the fair catch signaler. Those penalties are all set. Replay, fourth down.
On this punt play, we see the offensive team player coming down and hitting the receiver after he's already made a fair catch. Now, this is announced as kick catch interference, but it would be more properly reported as a dead ball personal foul late hit because the play was already over. The player didn't really interfere with the opportunity to catch the kick. He hit the receiver after the ball was dead. So dead ball foul, personal foul, late hit.
Kick catch interference of the kicking team, number 15. 15-yard penalty with the kick. First down.
We get a good call for offensive holding by this offensive lineman. Watch the right guard on this play. You can see this on the line feed as well as on the replay. He executes a takedown against the defender right at the point of attack. So good job to get this as a foul for holding by the right guard.
Holding. Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty, first down.